What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over all of my current base settings in NBA 2K25 MyTeam. Now, when I say base settings, you guys might be a little confused. Ty, what do you mean base settings? Basically, all of my settings that aren't necessarily my defensive settings or freelance. Like, these are not my team specific. They're just my normal 2K settings. Now, I'm going to be going over how to change everything from shot feedback to meter to everything in this video as well. So it's a complete breakdown from start to finish. Now I'm going to start in this customized HUD, okay? This is in the base settings. It's also in MyTeam. All of these things, honestly, I don't really change any. I've not changed any of these things. You can if you want. All of these things aren't really, that important. You might want to go all shots to see if your opponent's green shots, I guess. But again, you can see that in the shot feedback. To me, this is all just what you personally want. It's all preference based. If you don't want any, you could just go off. If you didn't want anything as far as like a green animation, which I personally don't mind either, just really depends on what you personally are wanting for this. I think I had it on user only before. I might turn it off, to be honest. I don't really care a whole ton about it. Now, player indicator, with it when it's off, there's going to be, nothing under your player. When it's on, there's going to be a circle around your player. To me, doesn't matter a whole ton. You can have your flame around it. You can have whatever you want. I just don't think it matters a whole ton. Once again, some people do like having this. It's all just preference, whatever you want. Now let's talk about the shot meter. I have my shot meter off for everything. Is this going to be helpful or not? I don't know. Shot meter on layups last year was actually a good thing. So maybe you want to turn the shot meter on for layups. I don't know. I'm just trying to, again, figure things out right now. But right now, I have everything on off. Now, again, could this be wrong? Could this be right? I don't know. As far as the graphic, I don't even know what I want for a graphic. Like, if you want to look at the graphic, you guys can kind of see what it does look like. The dial, the arrow is what I have been using. I don't know if I love any of these things, to be honest. It's just all kind of preference based. I'd mess around with them if you do like using the shot meter, see what you like most. I'm gonna actually try using it for layups and just see how it does work. I would put it on large though, just give you an easier visual. I had it on large last year. As far as your turbo meter, I'd have it on where you want it. I'd have it on the floor, whatever size you want. It doesn't really matter to me a whole ton. But I would have it all that on. That way you know how many bursts you have left. Injury fatigue icon, again, have it on in case you forget to like sub your players out, stuff like that. Takeover icon, I'd have it on again where you want it. Where I don't know, it's really up to you. I'd probably honestly, again, have it wherever you could. It doesn't really matter. It just basically shows what takeover they have. Maybe you want it on the right side of your player or the left side. I don't really know. I haven't even noticed my guys having that on the floor. Next up, we got our shot feedback. I'd turn this to all shots. Now, a lot of people have simple. And why do they have simple? Well, it's an instant. It basically shows you instantly. When you put it on all shots, it doesn't necessarily show you as instantly, but then you get more details. Mess around with simple, mess around with all shots, see what one you prefer. Most people actually right now probably do prefer simple. I prefer all shots for it. Now, distance, again, it just gives you the distance detail if you want it, timing, free throw chance, coverage, all of these things I would turn on if you do have it on all shots. Point another text, haven't messed around with that at all. But the customizable hub is important, especially for shot feedback, especially for your shot meter. You can determine exactly what you want. Again, mess around with these. These are just my personal settings right now. Next, let's go to the settings. For me, right now, the base settings, they don't matter. Like, I haven't changed anything in this. If you do want the full 24-second shot clock, you can get that. You can turn it off. As far as camera shake, I have it on. It doesn't really matter. These are more for like offline mode. So if you turn in play domination, maybe you want the highlight camera stuff off. Next, let's go to our controller settings. These are super important, and these are what I have. Vibration function, trigger effect. I would turn both of those off. They just are annoying when you are playing the game to have on, in my opinion. Shot timing. I have high risk, high reward. Now look, or high risk, reward. Some people are playing with normal. I don't know what's better right now. I think high risk reward does help for contested shots. Normal might be better though. And so for me, it's it might be a thing where normal is better because jump shot timing affects your shot chances by a normal amount, most similar to previous 2Ks. The high risk jump shot timing considerably affects the shot outcome with a higher chance at making shots with great timing, but also a higher chance to miss with poor timing. Honestly, I might try putting this on normal, but I'm not going to do it yet because I want to see what this high risk reward really does turn into. Normal might be better. It's just something that I would kind of figure out if I were you guys. To be honest, I think for a lot of you guys watching this video, I would suggest normal risk reward. I've heard it's just as good, if not better. But I'm gonna try out high risk reward until I can't anymore, until I have to turn it to normal, just for the sole fact of I do think, competitively, it could give you advantage. Free throw, I turn it to user timing. Real player percentage, you could do that if you want to, but I want to have the chance to green free throws. I use push. It's what I used last year. I'm not that comfortable shooting the ball yet, though, and I want that to be clear. When it comes down to how effective I am when it comes to a catch-and-shoot situation, my push, it's not been great. I know a lot of people are using set point. Some people are using push. Some are using release. I don't know. I'm gonna try out push. It's what I used last year. I do think as releases get quicker as the year goes on, push, release are going to be your two better options. Shot meter, I would only use a pro stick just because, again, I don't want my shot meter showing up when I'm just taking a jump shot. But again, this doesn't matter. This is controlled really by your customized HUD. So again, I wouldn't really worry about that too much. Orientation, I got absolute on. As far as double team reaction, I have it on auto. These are basically my things. Pick and roll, pick and fade, I'd have it on manual. If you don't really know what you're doing with that, you could have it on auto. Doesn't really matter a whole ton here. Here's the important ones. Receiver control, turn it to handoff pitch pass, and turn hold lob pass button to cut to basket. Now, the cut to basket is kind of broken this year. It's not nearly as overpowered unless you do it with the actual icons. With that being said, I still, when I'm holding triangle, would rather them cut to the basket a little bit just to give my spacing a better feel than have it be on the skip pass. As far as everything else, here's exactly my settings. Pass target openness, it's what it has been before. So as far as my settings, guys, again, pause the video if you have to, but these are the current settings that I am running right now in NBA 2K25 MyTeam. And mess around with them. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people make some crazy layups the last couple of days. So guess what? I'm going to turn my shot meter on for layups and see what happens. And then if that doesn't work, if I don't like the arrow, maybe I'll turn it to the ring, maybe I'll turn it to the dial, and just see how much I do like it. It's the early stages of 2K, guys. It's all trial and error. And that's personally what I would recommend. Try some different things out, see what you personally like, what you personally have success with. If you like playing on push compared to release, then play on push. If you like having your shot feedback on simple, turn it to simple. My settings aren't necessarily the best settings, but I do think it's helpful to know what I'm personally using right now in NBA 2K25 MyTeam. Now, look, if you do want a settings video for my defensive, offensive settings, those videos are going to be released probably within the next week. I just got to play the game a little bit more and see what is going on. These settings right now have me undefeated in Showdown. I really can't see the leaderboards, but you can see right now, if you go to season prizes, I am 14-0. That's going to wrap it up for my video, though. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Love you guys. Have a blessed day.